It's 5 o'clock on this Friday evening, October 30th, 2020. It's time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening, October 30th, 2020. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter J. Wiggins. The time is 5 o'clock, and the mountain temperature standing at 33 degrees. Top stories on the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this Friday evening. His poll average shows Trump gaining on Biden in most swing states. Will it be enough? Texas early voting exceeds total of all 2016 ballots. U.S. report record 88,521 new COVID cases as scientists warn of exponential growth. The congressional candidates who have engaged with a QAnon conspiracy theory. Illinois judge orders caught with an assets without a Kenosha candidate face homicide charges. One theory by one justice binds together Supreme Court's contradictory election opinions. Moderna will have 20 million coronavirus vaccines ready by year's end. Trump teases Laura Ingraham from wearing a mask at his rally. Migrant children from other countries are being expelled into Mexico. Walmart reverses decision to move guns and ammo from store shelves. 7.0 magnitude earthquake strikes an agency, at least 14 dead in Turkey and Greece. France terror suspect Raheem Assad seen in smiling photo. Minnesota records 3,165 virus infections and 18 more COVID-19 deaths. Oregon hits another correspondent with record 575 new reported cases. Boston considering halting indoor dining and shrinking gatherings if coronavirus surge continues. Ruling class submitted a trend toward normalizing Israeli-Arab relations as well as facing a new reality as the most powerful party in Lebanon. White House notifies Congress of plan to sell F-35s to UAE. Tina's first U.S. citizen of Jerusalem, Israel, has birthplace and passport. Hyundai subsidiary predicted to build South Korea's mini Aegis-class destroyer. Prosecutors in Connecticut told a judge Friday that don't intend to retry Michael Skickel, a member of the political candidate for the 1975 death of his neighbor. Trump campaign Rochester, Minnesota battle over rally attendance. Higher COVID-19 deaths could some support for Trump, study says. Pentagon opens permanent exhibit honoring Gold Star families. The Federal Reserve Board announced Friday that it has tweaked the World's Friday, the little-used Main Street London program in a bid to boost participation in the $600 billion coronavirus relief program. Louisville police such as Jonathan Manley, who was shot during a raid at a Breonna Taylor's home on March 30th that left her dead father, countersued against her boyfriend on Thursday. More than 1 million homes and businesses across 7 southeastern states were still without power early Friday, almost 2 days after Hurricane Zeta blew through. For the first time since 2012, the restaurant is reviewing its famous McRib sandwich nationwide beginning in December. Multinational wild giants Chevron and Exxon Mobil each reported significant losses in the third quarter Friday due to steep revenue declines brought in by COVID-19. Christmas arrived before Halloween as we had a surprise snowstorm on the eve of Halloween. As we got about 3 or 4 inches of snow in the Norton area, and words were a little bit treacherous. And we'll have more on that coming up on the weather segment of the Peter Channel. 5 o'clock news in a couple of minutes from now. Elizabeth Pohl, elementary school K2 students got decked out to their favorite book characters for the Rome Parade past the school on Wednesday, October 20, 2020. John Adams' birthday celebrated with a toned-down ceremony in Quincy. Marshfield Haunted Car Wash raises money for Boys and Girls Club. Look at that stocks now down 157.51 at 26.5 with 1.60. SP 5 down 40.15 at 3269.96. And Nasdaq down 274 at 10 911.59. CDC lifts ban on cruise as a phased way for return to sailing. Coronavirus spreads quickly among household members. CDC report finds. Regeneron Health trial of COVID-19 antibodies drug in sickness hospitalized patients. NASA asteroid probe shows spacewalk sample will return to Earth. SpaceX crew dragon. Elon Musk requires stranger fiction problem. Regulate sports. Pencils uphill battle begins as Ohio State looks to assert dominance. Would the playoffs hopes be over in the playoffs with a loss of Bills in week 8? $146 on the southbound side, a little bit slow around the Lincoln, North Providence area. 146 a little bit slow, North Springfield area. 95 in the southbound side, a little slow after 495 in the Mansfield area. 24 southbound side, slow between the Navon Stoughton section. 128 slow between Braintree and Randolph. 7 expressway southbound side, slow between Quincy and Braintree. 3 on the southbound side, low slow Derby Street. 3 on both ends of back on the southbound section of Plymouth. 120 on both ends of back between 93 out in Reading over on the Peabody area. 93 at the northbound side, sort of Woburn stretch. And 29 westbound side, sort of Worcester stretch. Mass Pike westbound a little bit, so around the Worcester stretch. And the Worcester Mass highways are looking good. And 84 on the eastbound side, a little bit so between West Hartford and Hartford, Connecticut. And 84 westbound side, a little so Denver, Connecticut stretch. Parkway eastbound, so between Bridgeport and Milford. 95 northbound side, so between Fairfield down to Bridgeport. And 95 on the southbound side, a little so New Haven stretch. Route 101 on the eastbound side, a little bit so around Kennedy, New Hampshire. Route 101 westbound side, a little bit so after every turnback in Manchester, New Hampshire. And main turnback on the northbound side, a little bit so around 202 in Gray, Maine. Peter Shell News time is 5:06. Time now for a weather report. And it is a pretty sight the eve before Halloween. It turned out to be a snowy Halloween Eve. Right, much of New England, and we're taking a look at the radar, and it shows light snow coming in much of the southeastern Massachusetts and southern Worcester County and eastern Rhode Island, and rain around Yarmouth and Provincetown, and snowing around the Cape Cod Canal, and snowing around Rutherford and Gloucester. A cold night is expected as high pressure builds in, setting us up for a sunny but cool Halloween day as mild temperatures return Sunday along with a chance of showers ahead of a strong cold front. Blustering cold conditions expected Monday and Tuesday and turning mild with above normal temperatures end of the week. Quite today, Mother Nature decided once again to show that she isn't shown charge. It doesn't always listen to our requests. They end up with a few errors in the 5 to 6 inch range and 3.5 in Boston sets a daily record for October 30th. The most of a single day in October that makes us snowiest on previous one, 1.1 in 2005. Hartford, Connecticut ends up with the second snowiest October, and Providence with its third snowiest. Looking forward, things are starting to wind down pretty quickly as back to the snow is from roughly Worcester to IJD and line and progressing eastward, and then the coastal front has been pushed down to the Cape Cod Canal, to the free tricks to the POP field, but more or less followed by blend. On rep and HRRR, thus the snow, rain, and the Cape will come to end over the next 4 hours, and all guidelines indicates that the skies will clear very quickly when winds diminish this evening as high pressure builds in with a fresh snow cover. In many years, I did trend toward the low 25th percentile for overnight lows, results in a pretty west spread 15 to 25 degrees, but lows will low 30s restricted to Cape Downs, and it's possible we can see some black ice from this, given the sub-freezing temperatures, light winds, and residual moisture, and also given that we are 2 weeks past the common total first freeze across the eastern and southeastern Massachusetts, Cape Cod region now first freeze rolling has ended, so don't be expecting any freeze warnings. Okay, forecast goes like this. Tonight, mostly clouds content gradually becoming clear and cold, low 21 degrees, northwest with about 3 to 5 miles an hour. For Saturday, sun skies about 46 to low 30 degrees, and light variable wind. And for Sunday, temperature showers may after 9 a.m. Partly skies, mostly clouds skies 55, low 34 degrees, south wind about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Temperature is 60%. And for Monday, mostly skies skies 42, low 28 degrees, west wind about 11 and 18 miles an hour. Gust size 30 miles an hour. And for Tuesday, most skies skies about 42, low 27 degrees. West wind at about 10 to 14 mile an hour. And for Wednesday, sun cloud at 55, low 40 degrees. Calm and coming southwest wind 5 to 7 mile an hour in the afternoon. And for Thursday, sun cloud at 63 degrees and a low 46, and southwest about 5 to 8 mile an hour. And for Friday, most sun cloud about 64 degrees. Currently, it's not in its light snow and fog mist and 32 degrees. That's going to be for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news on this October 30th, 2020 on a Friday evening. I'm Peter J. Winston. You have a good evening, goodbye. To stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. I'll see you at 10 o'clock or at 10 o'clock, Port. Hope you have a good evening.